So I've been hearing some things from some creators I follow on here talking about the Trump campaign and the Trump attorneys, and they're talking about what they're going to do if or when Judge Merchan holds Donald Trump in contempt and orders him jailed because of the gag order. Now, you'll remember this gag order, he's not supposed to talk about witnesses, not supposed to talk about the jury, court staff, any of their families, the judge's family, the prosecution team's families, any of that. And Judge Merchan has already fined Donald Trump $9,000 for the first violation. There was a hearing for a second set of violations. And as I did in a previous video, there's talk that he has violated the gag order again since that second hearing that we're still waiting for a ruling on. Now, after the first hearing, the judge said, look, I can only fine you $1,000 in offense. That's pocket change to you. I'm paraphrasing. But he goes, my only other option would be to jail you. So they've been looking into what they would try to do to keep Donald Trump from going to jail for contempt of court. And this is their grand plan. They're going to file an emergency appeal. Yeah, you've heard that right. Another appeal. They've tried this before. They've tried numerous appeals. They've gotten shot down on almost all of them. The only real appeals they've gotten to go their way, they've had some minor tweaks in different gag orders. You know, I think the one with Jack Smith in D.C., he was allowed to talk about Jack Smith, but the rest of the gag order stayed. So he doesn't really win appeals. But they're going to appeal the contempt ruling and also ask for an emergency change of venue and new judge. Well, that's not good for Donald Trump because he's not going to win. They've already shot down the change of venue and new judge chance 3 different times with this Court of Appeals. That's not going anywhere. And appealing the contempt ruling, well, it seems to me to be open and shut. They can show, here are the violations of the gag order. Here's where the judge said, hey, I'm fining you this time. I'm going to jail you. It seems open and shut that it becomes contempt of court. Now, you're going to hear people on the right saying that all this judge wants to do is jail Donald Trump. Well, if all Judge Merchan wanted to do was jail Donald Trump, when that first set of violations came down, he was originally informed of 10 violations. The judge agreed with 9 of them. Now, contempt of court in New York is either a $1,000 fine or up to 30 days in jail per offense. If this judge just wanted to jail Donald Trump, he could have looked at him and said, okay, Donnie, here's 10 violations, 30 days each. And that would have been 300 days in a jail cell, served back to back, if that was his plan. But what did he do? He said, okay, I'm being fair and I'm giving you this chance. Here you go. Here's $9,000. Pay the fine, but don't do it again. It's not the judge doesn't want to jail Donald Trump. He wants his court and his proceeding to go smoothly. So what's going to happen if he does decide to put Donald Trump in jail? If I could guess, he's probably going to only order Donald Trump held for a couple of days. Maybe he has him jailed on a Wednesday, so he only loses the one weekday where there's no court, or maybe it's just a weekend. It's only going to be a couple of days, but just enough to prove a point to Donald Trump that this is the consequence, and next time I meet business.